Oh, this is the wrong sheet. Sorry. You're going to need this to refer to. So the inside is what you want to look at to help you see the angle relationships. And then we're going to use that with the extra examples that we have on the white sheet. Okay, so you're going to have a homework sheet that corresponds, that kind of goes same setup, same format as these extra examples. So it's important that you do this with me and you can see the relationships, because the first set is you justifying, understanding why. Now, I'm going to slide this down. So let me just make a note. Of your types of angles when using parallel lines, you have two choices. They can either be congruent or they can be supplementary. Okay? Supplementary, we know, has the sum equal to 180. All right? Here's the way you can, to me, the easiest way to break it down is there's only two that are supplementary. You know how we have an S for supplementary? Well, the two that are supplementary are same side interior, so an S, and they are same side exterior. Those are the only two that are supplementary. Everything else is congruent. So your congruent are your alternate interior angles, your alternate exterior, and your corresponding. That's our reasons for getting the measures, okay? So, on example 3, the diagram, got to pay attention to the diagram. They show these arrows right here. So, you have parallel lines on example 3. The transversal, and I'm going to highlight it. It's up to you if you want to do that, is the line that intersects the two parallel lines. Okay, just so we can see the relationship. Because we're either looking for alternate interior, exterior corresponding, or we're looking for same side interior. So we're taking our given information. We're taking the arrows, the transversal, and we're taking this given information here. The measure of, if the measure of angle 6 is 142, find the other angles, yes.
Is that the corresponding?
Yeah, it's just abbreviation for corresponding. Okay, so we're going to start with labeling. Take what the measures they give you, label it on the diagram. So right here is my angle 6. I'm going to put 142, that degree, next to that angle. So the first one they want us to find is angle 1. If I know angle 6, I should know angle 1. What is its measure? 142. Okay, 142. I'm just going to label that. Put it in my box here. We have to give a reason. How did I know it was 142? Yeah, so we know it's vertical to angle 6. Okay. Then they want us to look at angle 2. Now, there can be more than one reason here, but if I go to angle 2, which is over here, it's not the same as angle 6. How could I find that measure? Yeah, you're going to do 180 minus, probably put it in the first box. 180, because it's a linear pair, minus 142, we get 38. So, I'm using my linear pair. So, I can say LP for linear pair to angle 6. Or you could have said to angle 1, because we have that measure to use as well. Okay, LP means linear pair. Are we okay on that? All right, then we're going to jump to angle 3. Okay, now this is where your reasoning can vary. But if I look at angle 3 and I compare it to angle 6, the original measure we had right here. Okay, what type of angles are 6 and 3? Alternate.
Exterior angles?
Not exterior.
Interior.
Yeah, interior, because they're inside the parallel lines, right? And so if we have alternate interior, remember it's part of the congruent set over here. So if it's alternate interior, I automatically know it's going to be the same measure. Okay? So angle 3 is also 142 because it's an alternate, and I'm going to abbreviate alternate ALT, interior angle to angle 6. Now they want us to look at angle 4. Okay? Angle 4 is outside the parallel lines. Alright? So there's more than one way I can get this, but angle 4 and angle 2 have a relationship because they're both on the left side of the corresponding. Do you see how they're in the same position? Yes.
What about angle 5?
Angle 5, we could get that measure. I was just going to go in order, camera, but you could jump to angle 5 if you want to because it's vertical. Okay. What is angle 2 and angle 4's relationship? They're corresponding. And if they're corresponding, what's their measures? They're equal. So right off the bat, I already know that. Angle 4 is also 38. It's corresponding to angle 2. And corresponding angles are congruent. 2 and 4. Okay. So I should have wrote this on the diagram. So we got 38, 38. So angle 5. There's more than one way to get to that. We should know its measure is also going to be 38, right? We can say vertical to angle 2, or, okay, because there can be more than one reason, 5 and 4. Look at 5 and 4, because we just did 4, right? What are the relationship with 4 and 5? Yep. Alternate exterior. Good. Alternate exterior angles. So it's alternate exterior angle to angle 4. Okay. Now, angle 7. Angle 7 is also going to be 38. Okay. What could be our reason to just know that measure? John Mark? Corresponding. Good. Corresponding. And I'm just going to abbreviate corresponding, CORS, to angle 5. And if they're corresponding, they're going to be congruent. And now we're last to our last angle, angle 8 here. Look, our pattern is going to have to also be 142. Yes. Okay. What could be a reason for that? I could say vertical to angle 3. Yep. That's a V, sorry. Because it's across from angle 3. Or I could say corresponding to angle 6. Okay. Or I could say alternate exterior to angle 1. So there's like, I'm giving you multiple reasons because the reasons can vary depending on which angle you're using as your reference to angle 6. Okay. So the first part of your homework is checking to see can you find the measure of the missing angle and the reason behind to get to that. All right. So do we have this down? Can we go to the next set, example 4? Okay. All right. So now the only difference here now, I don't know if you see here, we have now 3 arrows. So there's 3 sets of parallel lines. And then your transversal here is this horizontal line going through all 3 lines. Okay, but we're going to start it off the same way. Start with using the given information. And the given here is to say if the measure angle 5 is 82. So I'm just going to mark that angle. I'm going to mark it with a single arc. Okay. And I'm going to put 82. But let's just think about the pattern that happens with parallel lines. Which other angles are also going to be congruent to angle 5? 8. I'm going to put a single arc. Okay. Who else? 9. Yes, corresponds to 8. 6. Vertical to 9. 4. And 7. There we go. Single arcs. Do you understand that that will have all the same measure? So I can just go ahead and fill that in. So we know 4 is 82, 7 is 82, 8, 82, 6, 82, 9, 82. All those angles with the same marking are congruent. Now, to get the other measures for the other angles, if I know this is 82, how do I get to either of the other remaining angles? Yeah, 180 minus 82. Very good. So that means we're going to get 98. So that means 1 is 98. All of these double arcs are congruent for me. Okay, so we get 98. Where's my angle 2? Yeah, 98, 398, 10, 98, 11, 98, 12, 98. Okay, so I tend to mark it on the diagram and then transfer it over just to help keep track of everything, especially when you get to more than one transversal. So that's the example 5. We still have parallel lines, the horizontal lines where the arrows are the parallel, but I'm going to highlight this. We have one transversal here that's like increasing with a positive slope, and then another transversal decreasing. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 different colors, guys, because you cannot jump from transversal. Your angles are going to be compared and formed with the transversal. All right, now, they give us that the measure of angle 12 is 121. So here, I'm going to put 121. Angle 12 on my diagram is made with the yellow transversal. So what I want to do is go ahead and mark all the other angles I know have that same measurement. So Jason, give me another angle that would be the same as 121 as angle 12. 5 is not made with, 5 is made with the yellow transversal, but also with the blue line. It has to be parallel and yellow. Which is the easiest one to do? 7. Yeah, 7. Why 7? It's vertical. Okay, so we're going to put on the diagram 121. Now, the only other angles that are made with this yellow transversal and the parallel lines are 11, okay, and 4. Does anyone see that? We want a yellow and a black line. We don't want a yellow and a blue. We don't want a blue and a black. Okay, we want the yellow line, which is a transversal, and the black. So think about that. If I know that's 121, then how would I get angle 11 here? Minus 180. Okay, so that's going to give me 59. All right, so go ahead and mark it on the diagram. 59 and 12 or 15 or 11 and 12 or 11 and 7 are linear pairs. 11 here corresponds to which angle? 4. Well, if it corresponds, it's going to have the same measure. So it's going to be 59 as well. And then I cannot do angle 1 because angle 1 is now using the blue transversal. So what I can do using the yellow transversal is angle 8. Yes, it's also 59. We have alternate interior with that 4 and 8, with that transversal. Okay. So I think I got all my angles with the yellow transversal. So I'm going to also put in the measure of angle 6 here because they tell us that measure of angle 6 is 75, and that's with my blue transversal line here. So now I want to get all the angle measurements using that transversal. So anybody congruent to 6 using the blue transversal? 1, yes, vertical, done. 75. Who else is congruent to 6? 14, yes, corresponds in the same position, both on the right side. 75. And 9, there we go, good eye. Alternate interior with 6. 6 and 9 are opposite sides of the blue transversal. So it's 75. I know this is going to look small, but that's 75 where my 9 is, okay? So to get my remaining angle, my angle 10 here, 6 and 10 are same side interior. They're both in between the parallel lines. So they're supplementary. So what would be the measure of angle 10? 6 and 10. 105. Minus 180. That gives us 105. 13 is also 105. And then I forgot to do the vertical up here to 4. That's 59 right there. Okay. So what I want us to be able to recognize, to get to that 2, you see we have this horizontal line here. Okay, every line straight, angle 180. So that means if I add up all these 1, 2, 3 together, it will give me a sum of 180. Adding angle 1, angle 2, angle 3 is 180 here. So 75 and 59, let me change this real quick. 75, we add those together, that gives me what, 134? Okay, so 180 minus the 134. 46. And if that's 46, then 5 is 46. So now if I have it all in the diagram, I'm just transferring it over. 1 was 75, 2 was 46, 3, 59, 4 was also 59, 5 is going to be 46 because it's vertical to 2, it's right across from it, 7, 121, 8, 59, 9, 75, 10, 105, 11 was 59, 13, 105, 14, 75. Yeah.
For B, you put in 42.
For B, for angle 2, that should be 46. You're right. Okay.
Why ain't angle 14 isn't 121?
Angle 14,
Yes.
because angle 14, this angle, I'm going to do it like here. This angle here is made with the blue transversal and this horizontal line, the parallel line. But angle 12 is made with the yellow transversal. They have to use the same transversal. All right, so again, we have 2 parallel lines and we're going to have 2 different transversals. So I'm going to do one transversal, one color, and then I'm going to do the other transversal, a different color. I think you need to physically do this, like physically do it, like the same thing I'm doing, to stay alert. Yeah. All right, so get 2 different color highlighters if you need, so you can see the 2 different relationships, okay, because we can't jump transversals. Starting off, angle 7 is 38. So in here, I'm going to put 38. Angle 7 is formed with my blue transversal and the parallel lines. So what other angle sticking on that blue transversal is going to be 78? Angle 5, yep, because it's vertical. What other? Stay on the blue transversal. 15, yep, it corresponds to 7. And what other angle?
38.
Oh, I'm sorry, 38. My bad. 38. Okay, so we had 5, 15. What was the other one? Angle what? 13. Yes, 13. All right, so if I know that angle is, these are all my angles that are 38. What are the measure of the remaining angles with that blue transversal? Yep, 142. Subtract it from 180. So that means 14 is 142. Who else? 16. Good.
6.
Yep.
8.
And 8. Now I'm going to use the measure of angle 10. They tell me here it's 102. So I'm going to put that 102. That's with my green transversal. What other angle measure would be equal to this 102?
12.
12, good. That's kind of small. 2, yep, it corresponds. And 4. Okay, so how would I find the remaining angle? Minus 180. So that means my 11 is 78, 9, 78. I think that was a 9, yep. Who else? 3 and 1, okay. So we have 78 on 1, 3, 9, 11, and 10 that was given. We have 102 on angle 2, on angle 12. Who else was 102? Did I miss anybody? Four. Where's my 4? I think was also 102. 5 was 38. Is that right? 6 was 142. 8, 142. 13 was 38. 14, 142. And 15, 38. And then 142. All right. Let's look at this last example. They give us a measure. Okay, these horizontal lines, you might want to extend them just to see a little bit better because there's going to be 3 transversals here. Oops. There's a transversal here on the left side. There's a transversal going through the middle. And then there's a transversal on the right side. So they start off with our angle measure of angle 2 is 42. So inside, that is with the blue transversal for me.
41.
Oh, 41, sorry. 41. Then they also give us the measure angle 5 is 95. 94. Hey, I'm off one today. Okay, that's with my yellow transversal. Don't jump transversals. We're going to stick to the same transversal when we put our measures. And then angle 10, 109. That is with the green transversal. Okay, so if I'm using my green transversal, what other angle would be congruent to angle 10?
7.
7, yes, they are corresponding. They're both on the left, okay, in the same position. So 7 is 109. I'm just going to label that on the diagram. Did you get that? 7 is 109. It corresponds with 10. Now, if I'm looking at 41, the blue transversal, what other angle is 41? Yep, alternate interior. Top right, bottom left. So 9, 41 angle, alternate interior are congruent. So 9 is also 41. Okay. For my angle 5, that's 95. Who else would be 95? Not 3.
1.
1. 3 I couldn't use because it's using the yellow and the blue to make the line, to make the angle. You see how 3 is using these two lines? I want the yellow and my red parallel line. So yellow and red, yellow and red. Okay. But it's not going to be 94, guys, because they're not corresponding. Angle 1 corresponds here, right here, corresponds to angle 4. Right? They're both on the right side of the yellow line in the same position. So yeah, 86, good. So we're going to put 86 there. Okay. You're going to have to know some stuff about triangles to get all of these, okay? Let me fix this. 86. All right, before I jump to the triangles, let's just get to angle 6, because you should be able to get that angle measure. Anyone see how to get this angle on the inside here? 6 is what relationship to 7? Yeah, supplementary. So if I do 180 minus 109, 71. That's my angle 6, okay? So do y'all see inside the parallel lines? I'm going to do this. Do you see that there is this triangle here? Okay, so if I'm focusing, see how that triangle has the angle 3 inside of it? Do y'all know like what the sum of a triangle is? All triangles equal what? Okay, so all I have to do is add up this 86 and 41. That gives me 127, right? 86 plus the 41, and then do 180 minus that. Oops, I wrote 29. 180 minus 27. 127. What is that going to give me? 53. So that missing angle 3 right there is 53. There's 2 triangles. There's that triangle I just showed you here. And then I'm going to highlight this one. Do y'all see this triangle over here? That triangle is made up of angle 2, 7, and 8, right? Are we okay on that? So we have 2 and 7, then all you have to do is add them to get to angle 8. You're going to have one like this on the homework. That's why I'm trying to make sure you see the triangle. Use the triangle to find the missing angle. All right, so this goes in. Okay, so if we fill it in, let me just fill in. Angle 1, we got, that was what our 86. Angle 4 was also 86. They were corresponding. Angle 6 was 71. And our angle 7, 109. What did y'all get? Angle 8. So that's what? Is it 30?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it was what? 41 and 109? Yeah. And then our angle 9, 41. Okay. So this is going to go in after the blue the purple foldable. Okay. After your purple foldable. And you're going to use this to help you with the homework. Okay. So I'm going to pass out the homework here in a second. Yeah.
How do you get 86?
This was the, I want to scroll up. This was the homework that's due today. At the end of class, I'm going to pull it out the tray, staple it. That means it was turned in on time. So you have the remaining class to work on this worksheet, or you're going to go, because it was a front and back. It was 3 sections. You had to name different types of angles off a diagram, and then on the back is when we had to use the different angles with the 4 intersecting line or 5 intersecting lines here. I think we did this way. I can't remember how this started. Yeah. If you're done with this sheet, then you're gonna move to homework 2. The front, only the front is what's gonna be checked tomorrow. The back is the algebra. So the homework 2 it's very similar to the extra examples we did. So if each section is it goes with example 3 and then example 4. So you have class time to do this right now. If it's done before you leave, I'll stamp it. Same thing. Tomorrow it has to be turned in before you leave. We're gonna have a decimals activity, so you're not gonna have all class period to finish the front. Okay. If you have questions, let me know.